I'm Rebecca Mannheimer, and I'm a visual artist living in Eugene. Welcome to my space. I consider myself a painter, and I work primarily on canvas, but I also do a lot of drawing in my painting. So that's, drawing tools are a big piece of what I do, and there's something about holding a pencil or a crayon that's much different than a brush. And there's, it's not to say that I don't love the active process of painting with a brush, but there's also something really powerful about using drawing tools and exploring edges and lines, and that always has fascinated me. Right now I'm working on a series. A group of us get together once a year, and we have a show at Oregon Art Supply. There's 6 of us, and so we meet in the spring and we have a directive, and this year it's graphite. So we sort of have a directive that limits us to either the tools or the size or the content of whatever it is we're working on. So this year it's just graphite. So the beauty of that is how far you can take that one material and how do you want to use it and play with it. And we have 24 inches of wall space. That's what we're limited to, and we can use that space any way we want to. So I've just been doing some small little drawings, and then I sort of thought about transparencies. I use a lot of transparency in my painting. So, and I love that idea of using transparent color, tissue, papers, whatever, that create this depth and also give you insight into what came before, what's underneath. And so there's an element of depth in that, but there's also an element of process. And also I've been thinking about pods and seed pods, and how pods have this piece of information that gets sort of spread throughout. It gets transferred, transporting information. I think is in just that element. I think is kind of an interesting concept. So I haven't really been using it so much in these drawings, but in some of my paintings prior to this, I was sort of playing with that idea. So I work with a lot of transparent papers, and some of them hold up well and some of them don't. But oftentimes, I will take pieces and just kind of play with them a little bit, making marks. I'm not thinking of anything really specific. I will also sort of take pieces that I've done, like this one. I didn't really like the paper on it. I'm not really fond of these images, so I edit. The thing I've discovered is there's this pencil is called Blackwing. Known about it for a long time, never used it, and finally I just sort of said, I'm doing this graphite piece, and I'm just like, let's see what happens. This lovely thing can go very, very dark. It's beautiful. I just was like, wow. And I've had soft pencils before, but there's just something, this is so lush and lovely. And so then if I come in there and I negate that, I'm starting to sort of peel the paper as well. This isn't particularly great, strong paper, but sometimes that's okay too. I'm getting something totally different. And then if I go in and I put maybe a transparent piece on there. These are tea bags. This was something that Nancy Pobance, thank you Nancy, taught me a long time ago. I took a workshop from her, and they're just simply, I drink a lot of tea, and so I can take these tea bags apart, dump the tea out, and use the papers. And they're quite lovely, And the other thing about them, I'm going to just dump this over here. The other thing about them is that they're very, very strong. So they're durable, and they're also extremely transparent. These are lovely. And let's see. So if we come in here. There's not much left here, but I do have this like gray piece, and I'll let that dry, and then maybe work on top of it a little bit. So yeah, this is sort of how I am thinking about this next show that I'm going to be doing in November with this group show using just graphite, and so it's kind of exciting. It's exciting to have that limitation, because really you push it. You know, you're forced to sort of push it into a direction that you wouldn't normally go.